Before we start, I put up a community post to name the kitten in this starting part. I am open to suggestions. Now on to the story. So keep on going with your silly dream by Piter on AO3. This fic may include suicidal thoughts. That is your warning. Chapter 11. Yahoo, the mute Carmen, and Izuku, the mentally exhausted 14-year-old. Izuku was called out sick by his mom. Despite all of his protesting and attempts, it fell short when faced with the intuition of his mother. Oh, plus Izuku had thrown up no less than 4 times. Oh, plus he screamed when she turned on the light. Oh, plus he couldn't even walk in a straight line. Oh, plus, yeah, his mom won that argument. Thankfully, she only thought of the flu, not her quirkless kid getting pummeled by some massive villain. Izuku grimaced at the reminder, as if the deep bruises from his shoulder to his knee weren't enough. Despite the overwhelming dizziness, he sits up with a groan. He paused, praying he didn't wake his mom. Her having the graveyard shift meant that on a regular day, she slept during Izuku's school hours. If he woke her up, he didn't think he'd ever forgive himself. He limped forward, shoving his old, scuffed sunglasses onto his face before facing the light of the hallway. He heaved a breath as he settled onto the couch before flipping the TV on. Would you describe this vigilante? God, he was this force. That's what he was. Got slammed into a pole by this huge guy, then got right up to come save my ass. God, it's like he was fine after. Well, he was kicked hard enough to dent the metal pole. Never said a word, though, through it, and never expected anything back. Izuku paused it and stared at the screen blankly, feeling the color drain from his face. Slowly, he glanced at the headline. Yahoo, the muted Carmen. Does Musutafu have a new vigilante? Izuku powered off the TV and went back to sleep. Baby, wake up, Inko called softly, carting her fingers carefully through Izuku's hair, causing him to wince as her fingers brushed a gash. What's... nothing! He tried to sit up, only to be held in place by firm hands. Izuku! She sounded stern. Sterner than she'd ever needed to be with him in years. Obediently, Izuku sagged into himself and allowed her hands to roam his head. She was so gentle. Against his will, his vision began to blur. With unshed tears, he sniffed. He felt bad, and everything hurt. Kachan, the other kids, were so mean, and his mom was always so tender. Oh, Zu, come here. His mom tugged him against her, like he was 4 and not 14. God, he hated worrying her, and yet he couldn't seem to stop. Shh, it's okay. It's okay. Just breathe, baby. It's okay. I'm here. I'm right here. Izuku wished he could believe her, but he wasn't stupid. It wasn't okay. Nothing was. Izuku couldn't stop messing up. His mom being there was the problem. Quirkless Deku, burdening everyone around him. Everyone around him. Izuku hiccuped, taking in a gasping breath. He was tired of being so much trouble. But he could literally fix that easily. What if Izuku does just disappear? Not killing himself, of course, leaving. It wouldn't be hard. He could just slip away one night while his mom was at work. Izuku had money stashed away, plus he was short and scrawny, so he wouldn't require too much sustenance. The city he lived in was never the best, so there was plenty of abandoned places he could live temporarily. If he bought a gym membership, he'd have access to both showers and have a space to condition his body. He was so stupid. Why hadn't he thought of this sooner? His mom's arms around him provided a comforting weight, but they were almost suffocating. For the moment he was born, Izuku had caused nothing but issues for her. He had thought that by staying, maybe he could help her. Evidently, he was only proving himself to be more trouble than he was worth. He'd fix it, though. He'd fix it all of it. That was the end of Chapter 11 of So Keep On Going With Your Silly Dream by Piter on AO3.